Premier Heating and Air is now offering free home energy audits. Call Premier Heating and Air now at 478-300-2633 for your free home energy audit. Premier's professional technicians will inspect your vents and duct system for cleanliness, inspect your attic insulation, check your indoor air quality, evaluate moisture barriers, and more. Log on to dublin.premierishere.com or call 478-300-2633 and experience a Premier difference today. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Offer ends 2/29/24.
Welcome everybody. I'm glad to have with me my dear friend, my librarian. I'm telling you, going to schools now, Beverly, and they let me know they're media specialists.
Yes.
So, do you like being a media specialist or a librarian?
Well, they're actually different. Media specialists, they generally will get some core classes, and then they will branch off into some classes that they have to have for their specialty to work in a school. And for a public librarian, we do the same, but we reach out and do some core classes that we have to work in a public library. And if you want to work in a media specialist in a school, you have to get that degree versus the one that we have to get for the public library. So it's two different degrees.
Wow. And people don't realize that. We come to the library, and you don't realize the training that goes into each employee, not just you. You know, you set the example. It starts at the top. How long have you been with Oconee Regional Library?
I've been with the library 30 and a half years, as a matter of fact. August will be 31 years.
31 years.
31
you must
years.
Started, you was about 10 years old.
I was 2,
Yeah.
you know, and yes. But I got my master's in library science from Clark Atlanta University in 2004. So I've had my library degree a long time.
What's the most fun about what you do?
Well, what I do now, I'm the director of the 5-county library system, and that includes Lawrence County, Washington County, Johnson County, Truitland County, and Glasscock County. And so I am responsible and oversee these libraries. It's lots of fun. But as a librarian, before I became director, I love working with the public. I love people, and so I love children, I love teens, I love adults, and so I worked in the public service area for most of my career. And so that's who I am. I'm a people person, so that just transitions easily into what I do now. I'm in the community a lot, advocating for the library and making sure that the public community knows about our programs.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break and come back, and I'm going to pick Beverly's brain today. And there's so much under this one roof here, and we're going to talk about a lot of it. We may not get all of it, but stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound-guided injections now and physical therapy and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Another year is winding down here at Dublin Chevrolet GMC, and we all know what that means. With more inventory and better deals, we're gearing up for a spectacular holiday season. So there's no better time to find the car of your dreams or the truck or SUV of your choice here at Dublin Chevrolet GMC. And don't forget to come in and register for our annual 12 Days of Christmas giveaway now. Just remember, we do Christmas well here at Dublin Chevrolet GMC.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Wind Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From mowing to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin with Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Welcome back, everybody. Continuing my conversation. If you're just joining us, I'm talking to Beverly Brown. We're here at the Oconee Regional Library in Dublin. We talked just a little bit about the other areas that they serve, and if you are just joining us, you can watch it again. We'll air this again, or you can go to our YouTube channel, or TV35. That's all you got to do is punch in, and you can watch this program or any program we have. So, okay, we got a lot going on. Tell us about it.
Well, the library has weekly story times, and we want to invite children and their parents to come. We have those on Tuesdays at 10:30, and then we have another one in the evening at 5:30. And kids, they get to listen to stories, and they get to dance, and they get to do crafts. So it's just a great time for families. So we invite you to come out to that. We also have a mechatronics program. This program is for age 10 and up. And so this is just like a tech lab where they get to play with motors and gears and learn how to make things. It's a great program. It's a crowd, so we invite you to come out. That program is actually on Mondays. We call it Mechatronic Mondays, and it's at 3:30 on Mondays. We don't want to forget our toddlers. We have a program for our toddlers and teens, and it's called Build Lego, and so they get to play with Legos. You should see how the children's room looks after they throw all the Legos around. But it's something. It's quite a sight to see. And don't forget about our adults. We have programs for our adults as well, coloring and bingo for books. I just saw on our Facebook page that a patron, she came to our coloring program last week, and she gave us a shout out and said how it was such a nice, comforting program, so we invite you to come to that.
And speaking of that, social media is so important today to communicate.
It is.
And of course, that's one reason we like to get with Beverly a few times a year and communicate through our YouTube channel. And if you're watching us on YouTube now, we really appreciate you joining us. We have, in the past quarter, we've had over 1 million people visit our YouTube channel. So a lot of people watch, and I say this quite often, people our age, Beverly, we watch television. These younger kids, they're kids to me. I know a lot of you are grown, but they watch it on their iPad or iPod.
They
or
do.
Something with an eye.
Yeah, something with an eye in it.
But however you're watching us today, we really appreciate it. But we talked about some of the events coming up, but you know, one of my favorite parts of this library is the genealogy. Tell our viewers a little bit about that, or a lot about it. I told you off camera a while ago, I tell people quite often about being able to come here and see the cemeteries, see who's buried, or they're looking for a loved one. But talk a little bit about that department.
So if you're interested in doing your family history, I mean, our genealogy department, Heritage Center, there's a treasure trove of information there. You can actually access the census, the Social Security index, marriage records. So this is the place to start if you want to do your family research. We serve our 5-county system. We have resources for residents in our 5-county system and surrounding counties. So if you're interested in starting your research, you can start here at the Lawrence County Library, even if you don't live in Lawrence County. So you'll just be surprised what you will find back there.
and who you meet. The times I've been in there, you meet people that like-minded like you are. You know, you both love history, history of our county. And I know I've struck gold if I walk in there and Alan Thomas is
Oh,
in there.
yes.
So you talking about a treasure trove.
Yes.
I was talking to Alan recently. I run into him at the mall. He was walking, and I hated it because we must have talked an hour, and I cut into his walk, and he seemed not to mind. But yeah, Alan Thomas and Scott Thompson are actually, using your word, treasure troves in our community. As far as the history of our county, there's so much here. Well, it's Black History Month right now. So what are you doing? Do you have a section there that people can come?
We do. We have a display highlighting some prominent African Americans and their contributions. This month we have those highlighted, and we're just excited for all of the programs that's going on this month. So we just encourage the community to come in the library and check out maybe a book and learn about some of the Black history.
My grandson, he's in pre-K at East Lawrence, and he asked his mom one day about 2 weeks ago about Martin Luther King. They've been learning it at school. And he said, my teacher said he came to Dublin and spoke at a church. And where's that at, Mama? She said, well, I don't know, babe, but I guarantee you Papa knows. So he asked me the next morning, and I told him about it, and I said, he said, I want to go there. I said, okay. So I said, we'll go tomorrow. So the next morning he says, remember what the day is? And I said, what's the day? I'd forgot about it. You know, we're going where Martin Luther King spoke. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, we'll go after school today. So we went and showed him the monument across the street and went over to the church. And Jerry Davis just happened to have pulled up in the parking lot. And I told him Paxton was really interested in this church and what, you know, Martin Luther King coming as a young boy. And Jerry took us in the church, and he got to stand right where Martin Luther King spoke from as a 14, 15-year-old boy. And I took pictures, and a few days later, I had taken one of my other grandsons to Longhorns to eat. And he was going through my pictures, and he said, where's Paxton at right here? And I told him. He said, well, I want to go. So after we eat at Longhorns there, we go back to the church. But you know, and Cohen's in the first grade, but just at this early age, first of all, our teachers, our schools, teaching them such a vital part of our history. And I tell you what, to me, it's incredible to know that this young boy that would go on to be a great leader in civil rights came to Dublin, Georgia. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. Every time I think of that, I get chills. I just thinking about that. Just thinking about that. That's something.
Yeah, we have something there that not many people have. You know, he came, and if you're listening to me now saying, what the heck's he talking about? As a young boy, he came here. They had an oratory contest, a speech contest. And he came and spoke. And, you know, that same podium that he spoke behind is still standing there at First AB Church. And it's just a wonderful part of our history.
It is.
And I don't just think about it during Black History Month, but year round. When I ride by that church, First AB Church, it immediately, comes to mind.
It does. It certainly does. And, you know, we hear about Martin Luther King in Dublin all the time. When we go places, people are proud to showcase Dublin and talk about Martin Luther King and his early childhood here.
Yes, oh yeah, I agree. And you and I actually met. We're both chamber ambassadors, and first time we met, you said, I know you. I said, well, I was kind of embarrassed. I said, who is this woman? And we had never met, but you saw me on television, and, you know, and people that watch us, you and I right now, they're watching us on television. They have it's like a family.
It is.
Yeah, and I run into people quite often, and I'll leave them. I'll hug their neck and talk to them. We'll walk off. My wife will say, who was that? I said, I have no earthly idea. You do know who that was. I said, no, I don't know who it was. But that's what it is. They recognize you, and I know you've heard some of the same things
I
when
do.
you've been on television. So, but we do appreciate you watching. You're the reason we hear. You're the reason that I like to share these things with. And it's just an incredible when you walk in here. It's more than just a bunch of books.
It is.
You know, you see them behind us now. There's just story after story, fiction or nonfiction. And then you've got a wall back here, nothing but a bank of computers. Tell me about that.
Oh, wow. If you need to access a computer, this is the place to come. You know, we think that everybody has access to computers, but everybody doesn't. So it's important to remember those who are not as fortunate. And so we're just so thankful that the library provides computers. We have so many people coming in using the computers to fill out job applications, to do resumes and all sorts of stuff. There's social benefits. They need to use the computers to fill out the forms for that. So we're thankful that the city and the county funds us, so we are able to help our community in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take another break. We'll come back right after this.
You've been saying you want it, and now's the time to get it. Pool and patio furniture in style with fabrics you want, comfort and durability you deserve. You'll even save on accessories and add your own personal style. Come see the full line of pool and patio furniture at Mid-State Pools and Spas today and bring home a colorful poolside. Now's a great time to save at Mid-State Pools and Spas, located on Veterans Boulevard in Dublin. Mid-State Pools and Spas. We know pools.
Now's the time to get a great deal on the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers, durable sidekick utility vehicles, and versatile compact tractors. It's the equipment you need to take care of your land. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $800.
Your Kubota dealer is Mid-State Tractor and Equipment, 1325 North Jefferson, Dublin.
Hello, my name is Steve Hardeman, and I'm the lead pastor of the Dublin Church of God. We want to give you a special invitation to come and visit us here in house. On Sundays, it's at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m., and Wednesday nights, it's at 7 p.m. Our church is located in 1059 Claxton Dairy Road in Dublin, Georgia. We are a church that ministers to the whole family to give them hope, to counsel, to love, and a place to grow. We invite you to join us on our spiritual journey. We're looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearance of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everybody. Continue my conversation with Beverly Brown. We're here at the Oconee Regional Library, and we got St. Patrick's coming up. We talked about Black History Month, but right on the heels of it is St. Patrick's, and this year is the 59th annual St. Patrick's Festival. And of course the library, being how y'all are and you're in touch with everything,
Yes.
y'all are part of St. Patrick's too, aren't you?
We are. We like to participate in the festivities, and we're having our 41st. I guess it'll be 41. It started in '83, the book sale. So our old book sale will be on Saturday, March the 2nd from 10 to 2. And it's going to run through March the 15th. So the kickoff is going to be on Saturday, March the 2nd. We will have everything from every genre, but we will have children and adult books. Most books are $1 hardbacks, and everything else is just 50 cents. So we invite you to come out and just load up on books.
Wow, that is, I know you have a big crowd.
Oh, yes. It is a sight to see when you see everybody lined up. And I've watched that for so many years. That is something else.
So where do they come? You just got a section here in the library that...
Well, we have tables set up, and you know, we have it in the back of the library mostly, and so people, they line up at the door. You remember when people used to line up on Black Friday, and
Oh, yeah.
that's how it is when they come to the book sale.
Well, listen, 50 cents and $1.
Yes.
I mean, how do you go wrong there?
Yes.
And how many books? I know you don't know an exact amount, but about how many books would you have available?
Oh my.
Thousands?
Yes, thousands. Because see, the community donates these books to us
Okay.
throughout the year. These are old. This is our old book sale. So old book sale. So we get these books from the community, and so we resell them, and then we buy new books.
Good. See, you can come get books. You can be a part of the library restocking newer books for people to have available to them. Now, tell me if you want a library card. Tell me how that works now.
So library cards are free. Even if you need a replacement card, they're free. If you're under 18, we do ask you to have a parent to sign, and that is because our library cards are issued all across the state of Georgia, so it's one huge database, and so we have to make sure that we have the right information for everybody in there. We don't want duplicate accounts. And then if someone checks out the books, the parents are really responsible for the children's books, so that's why we have to have a parent to sign. But they're free. You can come in, you can get one online, and we want you to because we have lots of resources you can use, but you will need your library card.
I tell you, I know you don't do the bookmobile anymore, but I've told you in private, but it always come right out in front of our house I don't know how often in the summer. You know, it was maybe a few times a month. I really can't remember that. Big old pink bookmobile. Do you remember that?
Yes. When I started working here, it was so big. I never had to drive it. Thank God. You have to have you have to have more than just a regular license to drive that.
Yeah, it was incredible, full of books, and Betty, we would know what day it's coming, and you talking about lined up for the book sale. All the kids in the neighborhood, we were standing out there waiting on that big. We'd see it coming down the road, you know, and it was a big deal. We were out of school. We didn't have books, you know. We had encyclopedias, but we didn't have regular books, you know, to read. And I won't never forget, as long as I live, every summer I would check out Gone with the Wind. Never read it in my life. It was so big. And I love checking out that big old book, but like I said, I may have read a little bit of it, but I never read that book.
So now when you get ready to leave, I'm going to go get it
Yeah.
and check it out for you.
I'm telling you, but now other books I did read, but I just love having that book, you know, and I'm sure my mom got on to me, quit checking that book out, you're not going to read 900 pages. I don't know how many pages, but it had to be 1,000 pages.
It's still here.
We'll see if my name's in it. So before we close, what else is going on we hadn't talked about?
So the last thing I want to, well, there are two things I want to mention, but I want to mention, well, there's one thing, because we mentioned the family history, but our FanCon. So that is our Fantastic Futures celebration is what we call it. And we will have that on Saturday, March the 30th, and that will be from 10 to 2. And it is just a time for families to come out and dress in your favorite superhero, sci-fi, fantasy costume. And we have such a great time. We have exhibitors, we have comics, we have vendor tables. Just, it's so much fun. The children get to dance in the children's room. The library is very noisy, and we encourage people to be very noisy that day. So put the date on your calendar if you don't mind, and come join us. We even have food trucks, so when you get hungry around lunchtime, you can go out and enjoy some lunch.
Good. I mean, so much going on at the library, and we've just touched on a little of it. But during the year, everything from reptile shows, I don't get that guy still holding that rattlesnake. I don't get it. I run from rattlesnakes, you know. I got to get something to shoot it with, you know. But I sure ain't going to hold him up on a steel, thin rod like he does. But but what an education. I've come to it many times, but for kids and even adults to learn about reptiles and what a poisonous snake looks like, what a non-poisonous snake looks like. But so many things throughout the year. But don't forget, coming up real soon, we're going to have our used book sale.
Yes, well, I know I said used books. They are used.
They are, but they're 50 cents and $1. Who cares?
Yes, they are.
I read every day to my grandson. I pick him up from school, and every day he's got a new book, because once you read the book, you get another book. And his book he got yesterday was Clifford, and Clifford the dog, and he was getting Valentine cards from all these men and women, boys and girls, and I just love reading to my grandchildren and used to my children, but we'll close on that. But look, the time you spend in the life of a child is never wasted, and to be able to read to these children, and it's fun, and you know me, Beverly, I'm gonna put a little jam on the bread, so to speak. So and one of the grandkids will say, "Papa, that's not in there. You making that up?" Because some of them can't read yet, so they got to trust what I say.
So you can say whatever you want
That's
to
right
now.
But you gotta make it more lively,
Yes.
So, but read to your kids, read to your grandkids or great grandkids, because it's so important to know how to read, because you will not make good grades in the future without reading. You have to know how to read, don't you?
You really do. And lifelong learning, it's just a part of that. You start when they're young. You teach them, and then they continue to do that throughout their lives.
Yeah, and it's a proven fact that, and I hate quoting this statistic, but the way we know how many prison beds we have to have in Georgia is based on third grade reading levels. So if a child's not reading on a third grade reading level in the third grade, and it hurts me to say that, they go ahead and get a prison bed ready.
They do. I mean,
that hurts.
It does.
So it
does.
I say that not to shock you, but I guess to shock you into reading to them, because we don't want our future generation to fill our prisons up.
That's right.
It's so sad to even know that that's how we do it, but it's so important. Read to them. You can't do math, you can't do social studies or science unless you can read good. And that's some of my earliest memories, was my mom and dad reading to us and teaching us to read to other people. And even to this day, every Christmas, we ain't opening no presents for the kids till we read the Christmas story out of the Bible.
And reading to them out of the Bible, I was going to say that, or any reading to them, it's a gift. It is a Christmas gift.
Oh, absolutely it is. So read to your children. You read. Just read.
Yes.
It's turn that television off after this show now. Don't turn it off while we talking. But when we get through, then you can go read something. So, but absolutely, the word of the day is read.
Read.
And that's what I love about these sight words that the kids get in school. And once they learn all these words, then my 7-year-old grandson, all through town, he's reading signs.
That
to
is.
It's Joe's Barbershop or whatever, and
He's
every
learned
sign.
how to read, so
he's excited.
He's going to let you know
Yeah.
at every sign.
Yeah.
My grandchildren do that too.
But I love it.
I do too.
I absolutely love it. So, Beverly, another thing I love is talking to you.
I love talking to you too, James.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do, and the staff here. Here at the Oconee Regional Library, they're very helpful. You come in, and I know when I come in a while ago, I'm greeted by 3 or 4 people, and so you're not going to be a stranger here.
No, we have a wonderful staff. We love people, and we treat everybody like family when they come in here.
Okay, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. However you're watching this today, YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, or like me and Beverly, right there on the television. However you're watching this today, thank you so much for tuning in today to TV 35.